So which e-commerce platforms are presently integrated with SIMLAB Simon for Matterport integration?
We know how to work with Shopify, Magenta, so we can bring those. But usually, if you are an online store, we can bring your product line into the Simon directly from your website.
So I'm a little bit confused. Are you using the content management system of the shopping platform to manage the inventory, or is it something else happening?
We are using a content management system for the e-commerce brand. So if you are like IKEA, we can connect to your database and bring your product into the Simon solution.
Okay, so you're ready, willing, and able to do integrations with Shopify. I think I heard one other platform,
Yes, Magenta.
And you're able to you welcome the opportunity to build out to other platforms if that's the case.
Yes.
Okay, cool. So before we move on, is there anything else on virtual staging meets SIMLAB stages meets Matterport?
Well, bring your products to the Matterport digital twins. And this is also what I said today. We are testing the market and seeing the response, which is fantastic. And actually, everybody else who is using this are asking us to bring their own product. We did not want to do it yet, but that feature is also coming in the next couple of weeks. So that's going to be a pretty good for you if you are a 3D modeler or 3D graphic company or have access to the 3D models from your architect. You can bring your own data into the Simon as well in the next release of our software, which will take us a couple of weeks only.
Okay, great. Big picture, what's next for SIMLAB?
Well, as you see, we moved from the IoT and the home automation systems most towards the asset and the management of those assets on the timeline with the ticketing system and so on. So now we are working very much on our AI modules, which means is that we will have a wizards which will help you to create your own asset list. So of course you can create your own categories of the furnitures, appliances right now, and now we will drive AI behind it to say, oh, we recognize you have a washing machine in that room, in that space. Would you like to bring a warranty cards or like a maintenance timelines for your facility management module of Simon?
So I'm a little bit confused. Sounds very exciting. Is there a machine learning training set that's applied to a Matterport customer's Matterport spaces and to train and say, okay, this is the chiller, this is the boiler, this is...
Yes, Simon is building our own algorithm to do it for you. So when you're gonna run Simon for the first time, we will recognize, oh, you have like 2 AC units in your apartment. Would you like us to keep a maintenance kind of the scheduling for them, which means that, fixing, changing, replacing, and placing, for example, like a connections to our suggested maintenance team and so on. So yes, we're going to be recognizing the most critical categories of the objects, which usually requires maintenance. So you can have an AI system and a calendar thinking for you how and what needs to be fixed in your house in the next couple of months.
So, so just to be clear, houses are the first training set versus an AEC space versus an MEP space.
Yes.
Yes.
So that's why we are directing this mostly for the hotels, which have a problem in tracking all of those, which thermostat needs to be replaced or whatsoever, or when they were mounted in the space, or what size, actually what type are on the first floor, which is the 5th floor. So yeah, we are aiming here like hotels in that feature mostly, but anybody using a Matterport will be able to use it. But in the first launch, we will have a general objects which you can find in the hotels or like apartments.
Okay,